What's going on, guys? We are now live. Sorry about that delay in the live stream. Had some technical difficulties. I swear, just like random stuff happens. Just not never expecting it, but was working around it. Ended up getting a new like web browser, so I think we're all good. So let me know if anything goes wrong during this live stream. I will work to fix it, but I think everything's good right now. So. Yeah, so in this Q&A, I'm just going to answer some questions from the week. I didn't do another like shorter Q&A like the one I did in the past week. I just want to start getting some more topics to do for those, and I just did a longer Q&A with Dr. Sapita Monocle. If you guys saw that one, to talking about CNS training. To be honest, I had never interviewed anyone before that Q&A, so I was a little nervous, even though she's my family friend and I've known her for my whole life pretty much. But I was still like, if you guys could tell, I was a little nervous at the beginning of that one, just asking her questions. And I don't know, it's different when you're like face to face with somebody. You know, you want to have like thoughtful questions and keep the conversation going. And with these, it's a little different. It's just me and I'm just talking, so, and answering your guys' questions. So yeah. Dunks for Christ, let's get it. Hey, what's up, Hillel? Thank you guys for sticking around. Sorry about the delay again. If you guys are new to the live stream, these will usually start around like 5 or 6 Eastern time, United States time. I have to specify that because somebody actually corrected me one time and asked me like what time or where I was in the world, because like people from all over the world can see this. So didn't think about that before, but yeah, these Q&As around like 5 6 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, to get back to what this Q&A is going to be about, I'm going to be answering questions from the week every Friday. These are a little bit longer. Dunks for Christ, there's already competition going on in the chat. Dunks for Christ said, "Hello, I beat you," and then hello goes, haha, and what? All right, way to start the competition off, guys. So yeah, these Friday Q&As are a little bit longer. I just answer questions from the week that I got on social media, do them on here, and then like I was saying, I'm going to do another shorter one. And with if you guys suggest topics to me to look into, I'll do those Q&As like 15 to 30 minutes, and I'll do another one next week. But yeah, so to get into the questions, I'm going to bring up their social media right now so you guys know who was. Box 2 on YouTube commented, "Hey Mike, I watched all your videos and I was wondering if body weight training was enough to dunk when you were 5'7". Um, Pretty boy Rick. I will answer that question. I'll answer right after this one. But he asked, do I use a jump manual? So to answer your question quickly, no, I don't use that. But full box, he said, was wondering if body weight training was enough for me to dunk when I was 5'7", or when I first started, training and stuff. And this question, I'm going to answer this question kind of long because than just saying yes or no. But basically, I did a jump program called Flight Right, and it was this. I did the program for 7 months straight, and it was so the program was split into bodyweight exercise at the beginning of the phase. The first like couple months, and then weight started to get added in. Started to progressively add weight. The exercises changed. It moved away from where the first 2 weeks was just strictly body weight exercises, and then it moved into adding weight. But the reason I wanted to add more to this answer is because I don't think there is a straight answer to say, okay, body weight exercises are going to get you to dunk, because I feel like a lot has to be taken into consideration with what training you've done beforehand. Because like if somebody like Volbox 2, like his question, if he just asked me, were body weight exercises enough for me to dunk, I would say no. But were they enough to get me started with jump training? Yes. And could it have gotten me stronger and just got me doing exercise that I hadn't done before? Then yes. But I also had a lot of prior training before that. Like I played basketball in high school. I started weightlifting when I was like 12, 13. Not saying I was weightlifting with any type of like consistency or like form, or didn't really know what I was doing, but started lifting like that young. So I had a lot of experience with lifting before actually doing that specific jump program. So what I'm trying to say is, if you've never done any type of training, then yes, you might see a lot. you might see greater gains just doing body weight exercises compared to somebody who might have had past experience with weightlifting, but then is going to start doing body weight training to get into jump training. So that's all I wanted to say with that is like there has to be like past workout routines, past strength gains, like past exercises, past sports, whatever. Like past just life experiences have to be taken into account before you could say like, okay, like yes, straight up yes, body weight exercises will help you jump higher, or yes, like doing body weight training will add this many inches to your vertical or will help you jump higher. It's just there just has to be more to it. Like more has to be taken into consideration before saying, body weight training would be good for you to start at, or it would be good for you to start. Like it just depends where you've been with training, where where you've been with sports, where you've been with just more than just saying one routine alone is gonna do it all. So, and like I like to talk about all these type of labels with weight training as just tools. Like body weight exercises, plyometrics, heavy load training, just like all this stuff. Like they're all tools to help you just move to just be a more functional person. So like if you keep getting better and better, if in terms of like getting stronger, getting faster, getting more explosive, getting quicker, if you just keep progressing with all of these things, then that's going to carry over to your vertical jump. It's not just like, I don't like, the more like I've done jump training, like the more I look into stuff, like the more it's not just saying, okay, jump to jump higher you have to do this. It's just becoming like a more functional person, like just learning how to control your movements, having more stability, having a stronger core, just increasing your strength in general, working to increase your explosiveness, getting faster. Just like all this stuff goes into jumping. It's not just like one thing that goes into jumping that you can say, okay, just train this and that'll get you to jump higher. It's just being a more functional person, in my opinion. But Pretty Boy Rick, I have never used a jump manual. The only jump training program I've ever done is the Flight Right program I just talked about. But yeah, no problem. Let me know if you have any more questions. So Pretty Boy Rick said, so what's your program you use now? What program do you suggest to use? Thanks. So the program I use now is the program I've made up. And then I've also gotten a suggestion from Operation Vertical. I was asking him about his program, and he recommended a program called Easy Strength, which I'm doing a lot of the exercises from that program to increase my strength, and I've seen a lot of strength gains doing that program. So that if I were to put like if I were to say like if I'm doing a program now, it would be Easy Strength by Dan John, I believe his name is. You guys want to look that up? It's pretty good. It's just basically heavy load, low reps, working on. I don't know. It might have said it in the article. I don't remember, but me personally, like I think it did actually, focusing on bar speed, not doing so much to where you're maxing out on your lifts, but keeping the weight to about 80 to 90% of your max, and still keeping bar speed so that you're still training explosiveness, velocity, and speed while increasing the load. So that's the type of training I'm doing now, and I've posted videos in the past, which were just exercise routines that I've just made up from talking to people and researching and stuff. So those workouts I just made up, and I think eventually it feels close. Like I'm going to start to move into a different phase in a little bit, because I've been doing this like kind of strength phase for a while now. So I'm feeling like I'm going to start to move into like a more of a speed, like more like speed quickness phase, I guess you could say. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. But I'm currently in a deload week, so right now it's more of like a speed phase, and it's more of like a speed week anyway. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But in terms of what do I suggest to use, I personally haven't. I mean, I can't suggest a lot because I've only used one program, and that was Flight Right. So I mean, I would suggest Flight Right if you're looking for a program, like a good starting program. Like, where are you in your training, Pretty Boy Rick? Because I mean, that's a big thing too. Because I could suggest like one program over another, but it all depends. Sorry about the train if you guys hear it, but it all depends on like where you are in your training. Because another good one that I looked into a lot is the flight system, which is by Overtime Athletes. If you guys have seen them, I really like his training. Like I've watched a lot of his videos on YouTube, but he has a jump program called the Flight System, so that could be another good one. But I from reading reviews and stuff, that one seems more intense. Like you need a lot more like gym space and gym equipment and weights and stuff. So it all depends on where you are in your training. But with Flight Right, that would be a great beginner one to start with, because you start off with just doing body weight exercises. It is high rep, which I don't do that anymore, but I feel like maybe doing that at the beginning kind of helped me build a strong foundation to allow me to do the list I'm doing now. Um, but it was pretty high rep and just body weight intensive. Pretty quick. Yeah, you're welcome. He said, "Love the vids for real. Can't wait for more vids." Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And he said, "Well, now I can grab rim consistently on 5'8". That's awesome. So, like, what training have you done before? I'm always curious to see like what people have done to get to where they are with like jumping, because I feel like everybody has like a different way of getting there, and just from watching watching guys on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, it's just like it's crazy how like there's all these dunkers and stuff, but everyone kind of gets there their own way, like by doing their own thing. And I feel like that's why I feel like there is no just one routine or one program or anything that's just like one thing that will get like everybody there. It's just it all depends on like how you work, like what are your weaknesses, what do you feel like you need to get stronger at, just stuff like that. Hello said, "That's nice, you got some Bert." He does have some Bert. Hello, did you see that Shaq video? That was right up Chong's alley. He said he was tagged in it like multiple times because when he showed that. Dunks for Christ, Mike, is Flight Right still around? Because I can't find it. Yeah, so Dunks for Christ, it's not an app, but I don't think it's an app anymore in the App Store. I think you can still find his videos on his website. I think it's just flightright.com, and he has some videos posted in his YouTube channel, which I don't know how often he updates those, but I mean you could still find the videos with videos that he did in the program, but in terms of actually finding the app, I don't know. I haven't heard of anyone who. I mean, I think, was it you that told me that you found it before, or somebody told me that they found it somewhere or somehow, but it wasn't like the full app on the iTunes App Store. All right, I'm gonna get into losing weight. Sorry, I'm gonna bring up his Astrid. Hello. Hello said, yeah. Hello said, yeah. I saw it live and I knew he was going to post it. Yeah, I was waiting for that too. Hello. I was like, he's had to have seen this multiple times. Anytime I see someone's foot in a video on Instagram that has to do with like dunking or any type of sports, I'm like, I'm just waiting for him to post it or repost it and talk about it. And great, how are you? Dunks for Christ said Shaq's feet is nasty. Nah, I've never found it, but yeah, it's beautiful from the inside, a little fascia. Um, oh yeah, so Volbox 2 had a second part to his question about bodyweight exercises. He said, "Was my weight involved? For example, if you lose some weight, will you jump higher?" And I'm gonna kind of give like a short answer to this one instead of kind of drawing it out. Like maybe in another video, I'll look up studies and talk about it more in depth. But the way I think about it is, if you could stay lean but still get stronger, like this is kind of the mindset I have with training. If you could stay lean and still get stronger, then I feel like that's the optimal way you want to go. Because I feel like, if you're holding more weight, you're gonna generally, you're pulling more mass, or you're gonna be running with more mass, jumping with more mass. So I feel like it's gonna be harder in turn to take that vertical. So I feel like the lower mass you can have, or the less mass you could be as a person, I guess, but still increase your strength, speed, and all that stuff, then I feel like that'll only help you increase your vertical. So I feel like weight definitely plays a role, and yeah, if you could just stay lean and still get strong by staying lean, then I feel like that's the optimal way to go. Let's see, a little behind. Pretty boy Rick said, I did the jump manual for 8 weeks, but I got injured, so I had to stop for after a month. Just stopped vert training and got into bodybuilding, but recently back into vert training. Pretty boy Rick, yeah, I kind of had a phase like that, but mine was flipped. So like I played basketball in high school, and then after basketball in high school, I did bodybuilding training, and then I still had the goal of dunking in my head, so I went back to vert training, and ever since then I've just been sticking with that. Dunks for Christ said, I think he reverting to Shaq's feet. He said that can't be hyper arc though. He got some like overgrown toes. And pretty boy Rick said heavy squats help me grab rim consistently. Yeah, that's good, because I mean, so the idea, like, it's not just that, like, the heavy squats. I mean, yeah, by doing the heavy squats, it helped you, grab the rim consistently. But were you also jumping more along with like doing heavier squats? By doing like the whole point of like overloading or doing more weight or heavier lifts is just for you to move that way, you have to apply more force to the ground. So if you're, if you want to take that over to jumping, then if you're training with heavier loads, then by applying more force to the ground, you're going to be able to get off the ground um, more effectively. So it'll help you jump higher. So if you've been doing heavier squats and that helped you, then it's more than it's. I mean, it is from you having to apply more force to the ground to actually like move that load. So if you're moving a load, that's as heavy as you are, as heavy as you plus the weight on the bar of squatting, then it's going to make jumping that feel that much easier. Hello said, why not? Nah. Dunks for Christ, LO, I thought hyper arc is the arc, not the toes. Hello, dude, go learn more about it. Fascia learn. Dunks for Christ, oh my gosh. Dunks for Christ said, what's fascia? Dunks for Christ, we did. Check out my last Q&A. Or last from last Q&A. It was all I did the whole Q&A was just about fascia. I think I'm gonna do a part 2 on it, but it's pretty fascinating. Hillel said he got tension in his feet. Hillel said, wait, he got tension in his fascial system, which also contains tendons and ligaments, so his toes curl. Same with my feet. No, Dunks. I was just kidding. Dunks for Christ. He said, "LOL, my bad. I've been off YouTube for a bit. It's all good. How's your training been going though?" Pretty boy Rick said, "For a month now, I've been doing vert training, but plateaued and at just grabbing rim." So I've gonna get me to talking now, pretty boy Rick. I think that's I feel like that's a point, a very common plateau point in vert training, because it kind of goes along with this post I just made on Instagram, that if you're training, if you're jump training, and your goal is, you see the rim and you're like, okay, I want to get to that point. But to dunk a basketball, you have, like, the goal should be to get over the rim. So whatever training you're doing, it shouldn't just be at the rim. Like, you should be training to get over the rim. So, I feel like that's been going through my head a lot lately. It's just, what can I do in my training to push myself to get over the rim, not just at the rim. So, if you're jumping at something, or if you're jumping at the rim, then, don't just jump to grab the rim. Like, jump to try to touch like the top of the square on the backboard, or try to touch like the side, like a point on the side of the backboard that you could barely reach, or just something that's higher than the rim that will force you to to push yourself past like that plateau point of just touching the rim. Because I feel like it always, it feels, especially if you've been training for a while, like it feels good to just get to that point of being able to touch the rim. You're like I feel like that's the first big point where you're like, wow, I've been doing something. Like my training is actually been working, and I'm getting somewhere. But then it's like after that point, it almost seems like there's a stretch of like, I can't, why aren't I jumping any higher? But I feel like it's because once you get to that point of touching rim, then if you start dunking with, if you start trying to dunk with a ball, then you haven't trained to actually jump high enough to get the ball into the rim, if that makes sense. Because you need an extra probably like I would say like probably 4 inches at the least. Because I mean you have to get like your whole palm, like your whole hand, plus probably a little bit of your wrist too. So probably like at least 4 to 5 inches to actually like dunk. So yeah, that'd be my suggestion to get out. It's like to get out of a plateau. Just start pushing yourself in different ways with your training that you haven't before, and try to touch something that's over 10 feet. Let's see, where am I? Pretty Boy Rick said explosive squats made it easier to jump higher for sure. That's good. Yeah, I feel like explosive squats are the best kind of squats to do for jumping, either like explosive or box squats, just something that has like a slight pause at the bottom, and then you have to like press up fast from there. Just like mimic a jump. And he said, "Thanks for the help and info, man. Peace for now." All right, see you later. Pretty Boy Rick. Dunks for Christ. Yeah, I searched. It just says ligaments. My training has been good. I've been working on my flexibility a lot. I feel like that's a good thing to incorporate with your training, because I feel like it might be an overlooked point if you're just starting off training, is flexibility and mobility, because it's easy to get caught up in training, but then there's that whole other side of like the rest, like the more rest side of training, just being able to help your movements. And he said, "Yo, hello, you got IG? I want to see some of your dunks." Hello, yeah, that'd be awesome if you started posting some soon. I'd be looking forward to that if you did. Tag me. Hello, whenever you make a first dunk post, tag me in it so I could see it. So hello, have you been working on dunk training, or have you just been working on like just the hyper arc method? Or hello said, I usually dunk off dribble 1 foot or 2 feet, and I did a self bounce a few times, but I don't get too excited from self oops. I don't know. Yeah, hello. That's something I've been working on, or like have been wanting to get better at over self labs, is just getting better at off the dribble, because I feel like it's just harder if you have the ball in your hand. Like it's just like you have to be able to jump even more effective, better, higher with dribbling off or dunking off the dribble. So, and I'm definitely gonna be posting more. That was like the second part of this Q&A. I didn't put in the title because it was too long, but I'm gonna be posting more dunks to my YouTube channel. It's just hard because I've been wanting to find like a good court to do it on. Like the gym I go to, it has like this like cheap plastic floor that I really don't like jumping off of. So, um, but I've been looking for a couple other like gyms that have like regular floors, or I mean even outside. I might just start doing it outside. Dunks for Christ said, so like basic one handers. Did I see Steven's East Bay? Yeah, I definitely saw Steven's East Bay. That was awesome. That dude's been training for that for so long. It was crazy to see him actually get it. Doug Price said, "I know you're gonna get that soon for sure." Yeah. So like the thing with, like, I don't know, because I've practiced East Bays like on low rim and stuff, and the thing with the East Bay, I don't know if it's so much actually how high you get. It's just more of like the technique and the speed of getting the ball like between your legs. Because when I practice it on low rim, like I've gotten it a couple times, but it just takes a lot of practice to actually like get that down. So I mean, I've been working more on like trick dunks and stuff on a lower rim. So I'll probably start posting like more of like the low rim practice I've been doing. But Dunks for Christ said, "I know." Oh, I feel like it's a lot of flexibility too. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of flexibility, and I feel like it's quickness off of like that last 1-2 step to be able to like transition the ball between your legs and actually get it up to the rim. So I feel like it's a lot of timing, a lot of, like you said, flexibility, quickness, just a lot of technique. It's just a whole different. I mean, it's a whole different dunk, obviously. So I mean, there's more that goes into it than just actually jumping. Master Cool said, "What's your name?" My name is Michael. Yeah, to lift your leg up like that. Yeah, and it's also hard to stay like you'd want. Sorry, I've heard that you want to try to stay more vertical than horizontal, if that makes sense. Like you don't want to be too leaned over, so that way that you can kind of get your leg up quicker and get the ball under. Because if you're leaned over, like you're gonna have to kind of like uncoil yourself to get the ball up. So if you stay like more vertical and just be quick with the movement, then it's gonna be easier. But no, that was crazy to see him actually get it because like I feel like he's jumped that way, like in the one that he actually got, like he's jumped that way before and he just missed it. But I feel like that one is just like the timing with the ball to hand transition was just the best that he's ever gotten it, so he made it. So that was really cool. Hillel said, "Yeah, I'm actually doing vert training with jumps and plyos and all that whole last week. I'm exhausted training every day. Uh, every day 6 time to get my vert up after my season is over." Sorry, hello, I don't think I'm reading this right. Yeah, I'm actually doing vert training with jumps and plyos and all that. The whole last week I'm exhausted training every day. Were you saying you train 6 times a week to get your vert up? Or Keon said, "What's your number one workout for jumping or top three?" My number one workout. I would say my number one workout. Let's see. I'll give you. Okay, I'll give you my number one like strength workout and then my number one like plyo workout because there's those. I mean, it's two different types of training, but my number one like strength workout would probably be box squats just because of the load that you could put on the bar and force onto your hips and like your glute and your whole posterior chain. Probably between that one and um, the hang cleans from like a rack position because that one I feel like has I've looked up that exercise before and it has one of the highest rate of force development times for like any lift. It's right up there with like doing just like jump squats with the bar on your back. So yeah, doing like rack clean pulls would probably be the other one, but probably have to go with the box squats just because of the load you could take with those. And the muscles that you're going to use, and also it incorporates having to pause at the bottom and then press up from like an isometric point. And then my number one plyo movement would probably be depth jumps. Depth jumps or drop jumps by far. Drop jumps for more of like reactive, and then depth jumps to work on like full explosion from like a dead point. Dunkster Christ said, "Yeah, but Mike, you think it's a little harder East Baying off 2 feet because with 1 foot your foot is up, your foot is up already, and Steven has the vert to do it. It's just like the ball always slips out of his hand when he does an attempt." Yeah, that's what it does look like. That the ball just slips, but I feel like that one it just stuck really well, so he got it. But in terms of which one's easier, I don't think I think 1 foot might look easier, but with 1 foot, like you have to start from a farther distance away than you have to for 2 foot. So I feel like they just have their differences. Just like in general, 1 foot is just different than 2 foot. So I feel like it might look easier with 1 foot, but then again with 2 foot, I feel like you just have to go straight vertical. Whereas 1 foot, you might need a faster running start or something. That way, um, you could carry your momentum forward and actually get high enough to take the ball from whatever distance you're jumping from. Because like with 1 foot, like you're going to be jumping from a farther distance, than you would normally with 2 feet. I mean, that's what it seems. That's what it looks like. T Steph, do you use a pre-workout? Do you use a pre-workout to get a thicker ass? No, I do not use a pre-workout for that. I have used a pre-workout before, and I do. I have been recently, like before my dunk sessions. I don't drink pre-workout before my dunk sessions. I just drink this black coffee like I'm drinking right now, which I'm gonna take a sip of. That's what I drink before my workouts. But pre-workout, I take I try to take ones that have like clinically effective dosages of like citrulline malate, beta alanine, betaine, caffeine, stuff like that. But yeah, that's when I take those. Hello said, yeah, basic one-handers maybe with a little cockback sometimes. I think I can dunk two-handers, but more passionate about the jump and extension. I did two-hander on a 10 rim though. Dang, that's nice. Hello. You gotta post some of these videos. Like I would love to see those. T Steph said jump squats are terrible on your spinal column. Yeah, I've actually never done. I don't think I've ever. I might have done like once before, but it wasn't like when my in my training routine recently. Doing jump squats with like a bar on my back. I've never actually. I don't think I've ever actually like worked those into my routine. So, but when I did them with dumbbells, I didn't feel like I had that. It wasn't like that bad of pressure on my spinal column. Because then it's more of like a shrug because you have the weights at your side, so it wasn't that bad. Dunks for Christ, damn, hello, nice. Yeah, that was. Thanks, man, Mike. I meant 6 a.m. I bet. Oh, okay. So he said, "Would you 6 a.m." Last week I'm exhausted training every day. It's 6 a.m. Oh, okay. Wait, so hello, what season are you in? Like for basketball, or like what kind of season? Gosh, these comments. T Steph, I don't know, man. It's not for this live stream. Dunks for Christ said, Mike, what trick dunks are you working on for 10 feet right now? Well, I think realistically the first trick dunk that I could probably get on a 10-foot rim would be 360 or windmill. I didn't see your comment, but yeah, those are the two I've been working on the most with like a low rim, and I feel most comfortable doing those. So I feel like one of those will be one of the first ones I get on a 10-foot rim will be 360 or windmill. The other ones are just going to take a lot more practice. B-ball. Okay, so hello, I do play basketball. Hello, I didn't even know you played basketball. Oh, Dr. Christ said his season ended last week too. That's why he hasn't been last year because he's been training. That's good. Oh, another question I had that I want to talk about was rest time because I'll bring it up real quick. He was talking about going on vacation somewhere and if he should just take. He said he's been training for 3.5 to 4 months, and he's going to be going on vacation and doesn't know if he should train or just stop lifting for 3 to 4 weeks. And like I answered him, and to be honest, I've never taken like that long, that extended of a time from training. And when I did, it was because I broke my elbow, and I feel like that kind of hindered me more than helped me because it was, I mean, that was like probably like 5 months off from training, so that could be a little excessive. But I've never since that point I've never taken like an extended period of time off from training. Like I'll always be doing some kind of like active rest, whether I'm playing basketball or I'm doing like lighter loads of what I usually lift or speed training. Um, or just doing, like I said, just doing like plyometrics or something. Like I'm always doing some kind of like active rest, stretching, mobility, whatever. I don't usually just cut off training completely for any period of time. So to answer his question, I didn't recommend from my experience taking that much time off. I just said, if you feel like, I said, go off of how your body feels. Like if you need time off, like if you need to take a rest, then maybe just do some like light workouts or play a little bit of basketball or do some just jump training, some lighter jump training or just some max stuff or something like that, just to keep active and just keep doing some type of training. I feel like it's just hard to stop completely too. If you've been doing it for so long and like you've been seeing progress and stuff, like yeah, I could see a couple days just to get some recovery time, like if you really feel like your body needs it. But I feel like 3 to 4 weeks, like that'd be a long time just to completely cut everything. Oh, Dunks for Christ is in Canada. He said, I think my fitness teacher was telling me that if you rest for like a week, you're like 10% of you like 10% of your gains. Well, sorry, Dunks for Christ. What was that supposed to say? You said telling me that if you rest for like a week, you was that supposed to be you lose 10% of your gains? I've heard that too. Maybe that'll be something I do for like the shorter Q&A. Like actually see if there's any, if there's been any studies of like losing strength over taking an extended period of rest time. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but I have heard that. Um, I've heard it correlates to like bench pressing. Like if you've reached a certain point in your bench and then take like a week off, then you could lose 10% of that. Yeah, like a week you lose. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how true that is, but it could be some. I could definitely do a Q&A on that. Um, look into that actually. Yeah, I will put that in my notes right now. Because I've been asked about that a lot, like how much rest time you should take, or if you should take rest, or I feel like it's just an interesting topic. Let's put rest time. Losing 10. All right. Hello said, yeah, it makes sense. Wait, hello said, what would be great, Mike? Can I do a topic on 1 foot jumping? Yeah, I'll put that too right now. So I have rest time, 1 foot jumping. I'll just do 1 foot versus 2 foot. I feel like I've had that. Hello, I think I was just saying that it would be good to do a video like on rest time and like looking into seeing if there's ever been studies on if you take this much if you take this long of a rest from working out or from anything, like how much strength or if anything is actually lost, or if that's just like a myth that's been kind of thrown around the internet. Yeah, thanks for Christ. Yeah, that's the topic I'll look into too. Yeah, so those will be one of those will probably be the one I do next week for like the shorter Q&A. I'll post like this weekend and let you guys know when that Q&A will actually be when I'll actually do that Q&A, but it'll more than likely be probably like Tuesday or Wednesday. do that one like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, just kind of get like a good summary of um, some studies and stuff, and then talk about it. But yeah, stay tuned for more dunk videos. Those will be coming soon again. I have been focusing more on just training though strictly. Um, I just recently did like a vertical, like a max touch vertical jump, which I've never done, and it wasn't like official, but I mean I measured out my arm span. I measured out like the height of the bar that I touched, and just like I did the whole video with like no cuts. Like I wanted to get it under a minute, so there wasn't any cuts or anything. Um, and I measured that out to be like 38 inches. My hand got like this, like from here, from here up, got above like the bar. So I added an inch to my wingspan or to my reach for air, and then just didn't even count my fingers being over. So it was like 38 inches. Dunks for Christ sake, can you post videos of you doing workouts? Yeah, I'll definitely post. Are you talking about on YouTube or Instagram? He said it'd be great for motivation before training. Yeah, I'll definitely. But let's see, let me wait for you to answer. That's actually something I've been thinking about too. Dunks for Christ. I don't know which one you're talking about yet, but it's just posting more workout stuff so you guys could see like what I actually do for my workouts. Because I guess I have made videos in the past on my channel, but oh, he's talking about YouTube. Hey, shout out to Jay Duth, Jacob for being in the live stream. He's been on a. I've been seeing your story, Jacob. That's awesome that you're sticking to your diet and stuff. You're definitely gonna start seeing the that jumping's gonna get a lot easier. Good for you. Like, are you feeling better in terms of like jumping or anything yet? And Dunks for Christ, he said YouTube. Yeah, I'll definitely post more. To be honest, like I feel like I've been thinking too much lately. Like I have ideas and like I have stuff I want to post, and I just like am not posting it. Like, or I'm just like not recording. I just like keep writing stuff in my notes, and then or I know what I want to do. I just need to do it. But yeah, I'll definitely start posting more workouts and stuff. Like how? All right, let me just get your opinion though, Dunkster Christ, really quick, or and like anyone watching right now. Like, what kind of workout footage would you like? Would you guys like to see? Like, do you like to see more of like the vlog type footage or the commentary type footage, or like what kind of footage would help, or like or edits, you know, with like music over it? Like, what's the best type of workouts, or like a mix? Jduth, I feel a lot better, not so sluggish because I used to eat fast food and soda. Yeah, that's awesome though. Like I feel like that's probably one of the biggest things you notice at the beginning when especially cutting out like fast food and stuff is just feeling lighter and like not as like you said, not as sluggish and bloated and stuff. So that's awesome. Dunks for Christ. Jay Duth, are the rims you dunk on outside 10 foot? Something like Stevens. Oh, Dunks for Christ saying something like Stevens workout videos. Like just vlogging while working out. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I have descriptions on the screen about the workouts. Yeah, Dunks for Christ, I'll definitely start doing more of that. Just like you're talking about like little thoughts that go along with the workout. So like kind of like the one I just posted to my Instagram if you saw it, Dunks for Christ. Yeah, you're welcome. Hello, say whatever you want. I mean, yeah, like I mean, I'll definitely post. You know, I'll just keep posting stuff, but I just I just want to hear what what you guys would want to see too. So Jacob, have you been working on 10 foot right now, or have you started to work on 10 foot yet? Or are you gonna kind of just keep sticking with the weight loss goals and stuff right now, and then do that after? All right, Dunks. Yeah, Dunks Christ said yeah, like basically like little thoughts. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll definitely do that. Stay tuned for those too. I feel like those are good too because I could like cross them over and post them to Instagram like little clips from the full workout. So yeah, I'll definitely start posting those. I think I'm gonna do another workout like late tonight. Probably like it'll probably be around like midnight, honestly, when I get to the gym. Maybe I'll just do like a live stream workout. I don't know what time it is, but by you guys. But I've thought about doing that before, like a live Instagram workout. That'd be cool. Hello said it's always nice to see good footage and editing of dunks and lifting. It is. It's just those are just always the videos that they take the most time in terms of editing. Which, I mean, there's pros and cons because they're like you said, they're obviously like the best looking videos, but it also like takes time away from the training and you know the outside stuff, the stuff that's outside of that video. Like that goes into actually getting to do the things that are actually in that video. But I mean, it's definitely fun when you see like the finished product of like a video like that, and they're fun to make. They're just time consuming. So Jacob said, for now, weight loss and bringing 8.6 dunks to 9. I want to be able to East Bay windmill on 9.6. Dunking on 10 ain't a huge goal at the moment, only because I can do one-handers. Okay, I mean that's good though that you want to kind of like just keep climbing up the rim, I guess, or the ladder. But that's good that you have set goals like that. I mean, I've seen that you've been posting. Like I saw that you posted that on your Instagram. Like you want to keep working up from 8.6 and then 9 and then just keep going up from there. So that's awesome. And Hillel said raw footage is also great. Yeah, I mean that's why I like doing these live streams too because I mean they're raw live streams and not like I'll start incorporating that more to dunking and stuff. But that's why I like doing these because there's no edits in these and just getting to talk to you guys is fun too. And Dunks for Christ said, Jacob, can you dunk on 10? And Jadu said he has his highest I have on camera is 9.9. I mean that's still good. And like you say, it doesn't really matter how tall the rim is as long as you just keep working and progressing. Halal said do whatever you want and can if it takes time from your training, so if it takes time from your training, so do what you think. Yeah, I mean I'll Dunks or Halal, I'll definitely I mean that's the thing, like it's different if it's taking time from training and from actually like, doing that type of stuff. It's different than if I'm just like constantly like thinking of like what to post or something like that. So I feel like I just need to do more of like just doing it and like posting whatever and just getting it out there so you guys could actually see it and not just have it stay in my head all the time. So yeah, I will just stay tuned for more videos like that. JD said I'm gonna go dunk right now. See you later. Have a good stream. Thanks, man. Thank you for joining the live stream. Good luck with your weight loss goals and continuing to progress with dunking too. Dr. Christ said, "Yeah, I like working out and worrying about getting enough footage for videos is a little hard." Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's like hard. It's just focus. Because I mean, I like to be like when I do my workouts, like I like to just like be 100% locked in and focused, not like not like I said, not to say that it's like bad or it's like annoying or anything. It's just like having to set up your camera so it's in the right position to get an angle and all that stuff. I mean, it's just what you're putting your focus into. But I mean, I could definitely make it work still, where I'm just still focused on my workouts and still getting footage to share with you guys. So I mean, I have no problem with that. I mean, that's what I love to do, is just like being able to record that stuff and share with you guys. And he said, "Yeah, Mike, it's awkward to record your training while other people are watching." Yeah, I mean, it is a little. I mean, it can be a little awkward, but then again, it's like the more you do it, I guess the less awkward it is. Because I mean, you just gotta think, like, if you know, it's not like you're bothering them at all. So I mean, if you're just over there like working for your goals, then I don't see what the problem is. I mean, unless you're like recording somebody or something and they don't want to be in it, then that's different, for like privacy or whatever. But if you're not bothering anyone, then they could look all they want. And Hello said, yeah, editing looks pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard. There's just always you kind of get lost in editing. Like there's always so much more. There's always like little things you could do, or little things you can add or change, or music, or colors or whatever. There's just so much little stuff. But yeah, I kind of like to stay with, like, keep the videos like more raw, I guess, but still kind of. But like I talked about, like, I'll start to add like more of those little thought things that go on while I'm working out and stuff. So it gets kind of more realistic too, but it's still like an edit, and that way I'm still like sharing the content. So it'll all be good. Dunkster Christ said, I feel like when I'm lifting and people look at me, I feel like they think I'm looking good for social media or something. Yeah, I mean, that could be, but I mean, honestly, don't even let that bother you, to be honest. Like, who cares if they are thinking that? I mean, it doesn't change like your workout at all. Like, it's not gonna change what you're doing if they're thinking about it like that. I mean, that's kind of the way I go about it. Like, I mean, if I'm recording and a bunch of people are looking, then it's like they could look all they want, but it's not gonna affect like how I'm training. Hello said I would have lost my mind. I mean, yeah, I know. Like, always, it could always be like a little weird to have people just like looking at you and stuff. But I mean, yeah, just like put it to the side and don't really worry about it. All right, I'm probably gonna end the live stream. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know. But I will definitely look into one of those two topics to do for the shorter Q&A next week. Either the 1 foot or the rest time and losing strength. Hello said, did you need to learn how to edit? Yeah. Hello, like that was basically before I even got on YouTube. That was probably like honestly, like the first month before I even got on YouTube. Yeah, Dunkster Christ, what's up? I'll stay for another question. But hello, yeah, that was basically the whole month before I even got onto YouTube, was actually like learning what went into YouTube and like what went into editing and stuff. So like before I ever made a video, like I was just learning about editing and like what software to use, how to actually make a video. Like I never made a video on any software, using any software before, but yeah, I mean, and there's always more to learn with editing. So I'm always trying to get better, like with the editing side of things. And, with like timing, with music, and so like if you go to like my first dunk progress video, like the music was just kind of thrown in random. But like if you watch the ones now, I try to like time it more like with the dunks and with like the beat of the music and stuff. So I mean, just like little things like that. And Dunker Christ said, "You think being a professional dunker is a job that can sustain a family or something?" That's a good question, and I feel like a very tricky one. Hello said, "I think you need to be really good." Yeah. So it's weird. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like just the world we live in now is kind of like it wouldn't necessarily have to be that you're labeled as a professional dunker, but I feel like with like social media and everything and like being able to reach a large audience, like if you could do that and get sponsors and you can, and you could have a source of income, from whatever it might be, then I don't see why you couldn't be a quote unquote professional dunker and like still have a sustainable way to survive. But dunkster guys, like, how do they have enough money to survive because they don't really have a salary? Yeah, so I mean, you have to look at those. You have to like look at the side things, like like YouTubers in general, like people who are just on YouTube and make YouTube videos. Like a lot of the time, yes, like they'll get money from AdSense, but they're also getting money from sponsors, from having from um, like making deals with other companies and having stuff like in their descriptions and selling stuff in their like having little plugs in their videos, just like all that stuff. Like I feel like that makes a lot more money than you might think, and I mean that I know of. So you just never know. I mean, but that's I feel like that's what social media and this stuff in the internet now like allows you to do. Like it allows you to have like multiple sources of income that haven't been haven't been there before. So I feel like it's just you just have to just learn how to work with it. Hello said, yeah, Mike, you got so much better at that. Videos are a lot better now. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, because a lot of time goes into it, but there's always more to learn and get better with. And I feel like one of the latest things I'm trying to do is like color, like working with making the like actually like making the video look better in terms of like the color and stuff. But yeah, this is another little thing to get into. I mean, like all the videos you guys see are all off my phone. Like what I'm recording on right now is just my laptop camera, and then like my phone right here is like what takes all the videos. So Dr. Christ said, Mike, you saw my IG, right? Like when I met Sherman Sue, I was thought to myself like how he survives dunking for a living. Yeah, no, I did see that. I'm pretty sure I liked it too. The one um yeah, but I mean like you just I mean that'd be a good question to ask him, like how he survives just dunking, but like I said, I feel like it's a lot of like the side stuff that goes on. It's a lot of like the side deals and other sources of revenue. Because I mean, like they can win big contests and like win money from that, but you also have to kind of like look into what else they're doing. Like, are they selling shirts or do they have like another like a deal with some kind of other just some other sponsor, stuff like that. You just gotta kind of ask those questions, look into it, see like where their source of income might be coming from. You said, Mike, do you think professional dunking would be a career to go into? I don't know if I would necessarily go into professional dunking, but I mean, I would definitely want to be I wouldn't mind like working up to being a professional dunker, but if in terms of that being my whole career, I don't know. I don't like to say one way or another, but never know what could happen. I don't know, I just because I have like interest in a lot more things than just dunking, which I have, that'll slowly start to come into my YouTube channel. You guys will like slowly start to see it more, but like right now, I don't feel like I have like a big enough audience for that. So those you guys will see like more of that later on. Like I've talked about nutrition and stuff before, which that interests me. Um, like nutrigenomics, like stuff like that. Like that's like I like to talk about like new and up and coming stuff that isn't talked about that much, but I can't talk to an audience who is interested in like what I'm doing right now for dunking about like stuff like that. So I don't want to make it seem like I just like got this audience like completely switch my channel, but no, thanks, man. He said we're gonna support you whatever you plan to do with your channel. Thanks, man. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely, like I said, I'll definitely start incorporating it down the line. But I still want to get better at dunking, like training and all this stuff. Like it's what I love to do, and it's you know I love to like share it and talk to you guys about it and stuff. So it's cool. Like to me, like this is fascinating right now. But it's not to say like I don't like to learn about other things too. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end the live stream here, or if you guys have any more questions. Oh, would I like to be in a dunk contest? Yeah, I mean, I would definitely do that. That'd be awesome. Oh, hello. Yeah, I talked about that um kind of at the beginning. Like I said, I feel like it's most optimal to stay lean and get stronger. Where because if you're carrying more mass, like if you're trying to take a greater mass vertical, like that's going to take more force into the ground. It's going to take, it's just going to take more of everything to be able to actually like get your body off the ground. So I feel like, if you feel like you have excess weight to lose, then definitely lose it. And I feel like that would help you jump higher, no matter what. Like it would make jumping feel easier. And like I feel like it'd almost be like wearing like a weighted vest and then taking that vest off and then jumping. That's why I was talking to like Jacob about it, because he's been losing weight lately, and he's been on like a weight loss plan. So that's why I'm curious to see like how his jumping changes with the weight he loses, because I played with somebody in high school who like lost a bunch of weight, and he was able to dunk easy. I mean, granted he was like 6'4", probably like 6'3", 6'4", but he wasn't dunking as easy as he was after he lost like 20, 30 pounds. So that's why it's just like, if you could, I feel like the most optimal way to go is to stay lean and gain strength and like keep progressing there, even if it takes longer than if you were to put on a bunch of weight. I feel like it's easier to sustain staying leaner and gaining strength, even though it might take a little bit longer. But yeah, that's just what I want to say with that. Like that could be another topic to get into in another Q&A. Yeah, Dr. Christ said, yeah, Stephen always says stay lean. Yeah, because I mean, if you have like excess fat, or um, it's just it's just gonna be harder to run. It's gonna be harder to kind of to accelerate. It's gonna be hard to take your speed vertical or gain speed from the beginning. Because I mean, like jumping, it's not that long in terms of dunking. Like it's not that you don't have that long to accelerate and gain speed. So but yeah, thank you guys for tuning into the live stream. Hello still has been in like everyone. Shout out to Hello. Thanks for Christ back in the live stream from his training and playing basketball. Thank you guys as always though for joining the live stream. Anyone who joins, it's awesome. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the live stream here. I will keep you guys posted on when I'm gonna post another one. Hello, I'll see y'all next week. Looking forward to the the 1 week off and gains. Thanks for Christ, and I'm gonna be here too, bro. Oh, I'm gonna be here, bro, for the upcoming ones. That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing you in them. Thanks for Christ, and talking more about your progress too. Hello, I'll be looking forward to those videos. Don't forget to tag me if you post any. Hello, post some dunks. You want to see some jams? I mean, I don't care about the jams. I just want to see like what kind of training Hello does, or like what he works at. That'd be cool. But yeah, I'm gonna end live stream here. I'll keep you guys posted about next week when I do, or like what topic I'm gonna talk about and when it's gonna be. But yeah, look for those workout videos. I'll definitely um, post more of those and record more to get that content out. So yeah, thank you guys for joining the live stream again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.